Do you struggle to unplug from work, especially on vacation? Does every vacation end up in an argument between you and your spouse? I've been there more times than I care to admit, which is why I created a free checklist to help you unplug this summer. It's called 15 Ways to Effectively Unplug from Work on Vacation, and it's guaranteed to give you some fresh ideas for detaching and enjoying your vacation. Head over to KarenFreeland.com/work free vacation right now and get these 15 secrets. It's totally free and it will get you one step closer to living a more present and fulfilling life. Welcome to Rock Your Reinvention, where I help high achieving career women like you get unstuck, make your corporate exit strategy, and successfully transition to your next chapter. Hi, I'm your host, Karen Freeland, a certified life reinvention coach and corporate exit strategist. Whether you want to start a business, become a speaker, or something else, I'm here to give you the tools and strategies to shift your mindset, build your confidence, and take bold actions so you can rock your reinvention. Ready? Let's go. Would you like to make more sales in your business? I mean, who wouldn't, right? Well, today we are going to be talking about how to sell without sounding salesy. This is one of the things that I hear from a lot of my clients. They want to sell more, but they're like, it feels icky. I don't want to sound pitchy or spammy. So, first of all, if you've been feeling a resistance to selling your services, whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or brand new at business ownership, guess what? You're not alone. This is so common and something that all of my clients experience in one form or another at some point throughout the coaching relationship. Now, what I've come to notice is that sometimes it is a very outright resistance, right? They express it like, just nope, I don't want to do this. This is uncomfortable for me. Karen, help me through this, walk me through how to shift my mindset, all that kind of stuff. And other times it's much more subtle. They're constantly doing social posts, but there's never any real call to action in the post. Or it's the busy work that keeps them too busy to have a sales call or to make offers, right? They're constantly prioritizing other things in their business, fiddling around with the website or something else instead of actually going out and having conversations. So one of my clients and I were chatting about this last week on a call, and she was like, you should do a workshop or something. I was like, this sounds like a great podcast episode. So I just want to unpack a couple of things for you to consider and ways for you to reframe selling so that you can do it in a way that feels really authentic without feeling pitchy or spammy. Ready? Okay, let's do this. So my first point is that you've got to change your mindset from selling to serving. So if you feel like you're trying to force your stuff or convince somebody to buy something that they don't want or need, of course that's not going to feel good. Of course you're not going to want to do that. You're approaching it from a traditional selling mindset. So what I want to do is offer you to reframe that and flip it to sales is serving. I am just merely creating an invitation for someone to come into my world, come into my offer so that I can help them achieve whatever their goals are. I like to use the lip gloss analogy, right? When you can substitute anything if you're not a lip gloss person, but like when you find a great lip gloss that you love, it doesn't get that little line, when your mouth gets dry and it doesn't rub off on everything. You want to tell all your friends. You're like, oh my gosh, have you tried this lip gloss? It is so good. I love it. And here's all the reasons why I love it. And you know what? You should go try it. You should definitely give this lip gloss a shot. We do this all the time. And then for some reason, when it comes to us offering our products and services, we don't take that same approach. We forget to just be passionate and extend the invite and the offer to someone else. I mean, there's no skin in the game. Whether you go buy this lip gloss or not, I don't care, really. It's not going to make or break my life. I'm going to keep getting this lip gloss, whether you get it or not. And we almost have to have the same mentality with our products and services. We have to detach from the outcome and just be like, hey, I know I've got this really great thing for you. I'd love to have you come check it out and be part of it. There's nothing icky about that, right? It's just merely an offer. It's an invitation that feels so different than just pitchy, salesy tactics, right? Remember, you are on a mission to help people. And the only way that you do that is to have clients, to get them into your offer, or to, if you have an actual product, right, get that product into their hands. So if you're an author, you need to get your book into their hands. If you're a speaker, you need opportunities for people to hear you speak. And I just use those examples because a lot of the people I coach have books or are speakers. And so the question becomes, are you really going to prevent the world from experiencing your genius? The purpose, the reason that you were put here? And I don't say that to make you feel bad at all or guilt you. I say that to wake you up, to see how much you owe it to your future clients, to share your offer loudly and proudly. Get out there and start making invitations. You are literally the catalyst that will help your future clients create their dream life, their dream business, their dream health and wellness. If you're a health coach or something, like whatever it is that you do, you are the catalyst. By offering someone to come into your products and services, you can help them create that dream state for themselves. That's huge. And I just don't think we think of it that way so often because we are so focused on the word sales and selling. Okay, so the first thing is just start working on shifting that mindset from selling to serving. The next thing you want to do is be really authentic to your style, okay? Your being the operative word here. You don't need to do things the way other people do them. There is no doubt some very icky sales tactics out there, right? And I know that a lot of my clients, when they have an aversion to sales, it's because they're imagining these tactics. My personal pet peeve is the whole coming onto my feed. This just happened to me this morning. Liking 10 of my posts, sending me a DM like, hey, babe, I really love your work. I'm admiring your page. It's so fantastic. I have this mastermind that I would love to invite you to. Do you want a special guest pass? Or I have this program. It's going to cost you $10,000 and you're going to love it. And it's just like, oh, stop. You don't even know me. You don't admire my work. I can see right through that. This is a sales tactic. Right. And then they post, oh, hey, I really love your work. I'm having so much fun hanging out with you on your page. Hope you didn't miss my DM. I'm like, no, I saw it and I deleted it. Like, right. That is such a crappy approach. And I know that these women do it because they get some success. I mean, it's a numbers game, right? So of course you're going to have some success. If you're spamming 20,000 people, somebody's going to say yes. So you have a little traction, but like, is that really how you want to run your business? And you're just turning off so many people. So I know those of you listening have too much integrity for those spammy tactics. You're not going to approach it that way. And so here's the thing. If you have an aversion to those tactics like me, then you're never going to use them. Think about that. You would never do something that was spammy because it's not in your nature. You aren't like that. You wouldn't take that approach. So you can be confident that what you're doing is not going to come off as spammy and pitchy. Now, the one thing to just kind of consider here in your style is that there is feminine energy and masculine energy. And there are pieces of each of these within us, right? We all have some level of masculine energy and feminine energy in us, regardless of your gender, okay? It is just something that exists within all of us. Now, some of us have much stronger feminine energy and some of us have much stronger masculine energy. Right? When I was in corporate, you can bet I had a lot more masculine energy. I was like a bull in a china shop. I was like, you gave me a goal, you gave me something that I'm supposed to accomplish. Everybody get out of my way and we're going to make this happen at all costs, right? So much more masculine approach. Unfortunately, a lot of our corporate environments mandate that of us because for a woman to get ahead, you have to kind of play the man game. Well, as an entrepreneur, whether you're a solopreneur or, scaling a business, you don't have to take that approach, right? You can use some more feminine energy. And I think one of the reasons so many women have this resistance to sales is because most of us only think of masculine energy when we think of sales or hear the word selling. You picture that car salesman or the pushy door-to-door salesperson that's trying to get you to buy something that you don't even want or need. However, there are some elements of masculine energy that can be helpful. It's usually a very focused energy. It is an energy that is not afraid to put yourself out there and to share what you offer confidently and to speak up and to speak out. So that is something that we can definitely harness to an extent in our selling. And when you couple that with the more feminine, heart-centered approach, where we use that emotional intelligence to help us with, timing and building that authentic relationship, knowing when to make an offer, when not to, right? That can allow us to be so incredibly successful at sales to the point where it doesn't even feel like selling. It just feels like offering and inviting. And I would say this especially happens because feminine energy is so flexible and fluid, right? We have the ability to flow with more of our potential clients' needs and to just be in tune with what they have going on. And your potential client is really going to feel like you have their best needs at heart. I know when my coach, one of the salespeople from her team, had reached out to me, it was his sales approach that attracted me so much into her program because it was so human. And he was so accessible to me and would offer me tidbits before I was even paying him. And I could just tell that all he wanted for me was to be successful, for me to take my business to the next level. And he knew that what they had in their coaching program was exactly what I needed. And by making that invite and drawing me in and not giving up on me when I said no multiple times before I finally said yes, right? And it wasn't in a relentless way. It was in a true, genuine human connection way. And that is the difference. He leveraged a lot of feminine energy to make that sale and to actually give me the tools I needed to unlock the next level of success in my business. So I just share that with you because, I know most of the people who are listening to the show are women, but it's just a great example of any gender using that feminine energy and making those authentic connections to make a sale in a way that just doesn't feel salesy at all. Okay, moving on. Tip number 3 is focus on outcomes. This is one of the biggest mistakes I see new entrepreneurs making, right? They're so focused on the product or service, the bells and whistles, that they forget to sell the dream, sell the outcome. And this is one that I admittedly have struggled with, okay? I understand the value in each one of the features and benefits in my offer, and I want to make sure that my client sees it too. I want them to know that by having access to me on Voxer, that's a differentiator. There's not a lot of coaches that you can Voxer Monday through Friday between the business hours of 9 to 4 and get an almost immediate response from. Right? But because I'm such a boutique firm and I don't load myself up with too many clients, I'm able to give that extra level white glove service. But you know what? Most people don't care about the Voxer. Half of my clients don't even use the Voxer support. So I have to remind myself it's not about those little features and those little bells and whistles, because in reality, they don't care. They want to know how I am going to solve their problem. Do you know how many products I have bought, like services, coaching, self-help, support, where I didn't even know when or where the group was meeting? Like, obviously, I knew it was online because I've only done online things like that. But I didn't know what day of the week they were meeting. I honestly didn't even know if it would fit with my schedule. I just knew that this coach had the solution to my problem, that I was like, yep, I want what you have. They did such a good job of selling the outcome, the dream, that I could actually envision life on the other side of that offer, the other side of that program. And that was enough for me to invest. And I'm talking multiple 5-figure investments. Okay. These are big dollars. And I didn't even care when they were meeting, how many people were in the group. I was just like, I know you can solve my problem. So if you want to sell in a less salesy way, don't focus so much on the features and benefits. Be sure that you are really sharing the transformation. Because when you share the transformation, people are going to seek you out. You become magnetic, right? Like you are just showing up every day, putting your offer out into the world, and people are showing up with credit cards going, how do I pay you? Because you've done such a good job of selling the outcome and the transformation. So let's break this down a little bit. Let's take my program, Empowered Exit, okay? In Empowered Exit, I am offering corporate women the dream of leaving the confines of a soul-sucking job in 6 months or less. I am giving clients the blueprint to walk away from a 6-figure salary and make a smooth transition into entrepreneurship, becoming a speaker, a coach, having an online business, whatever that dream is. And I'm empowering them to make it a reality with my signature process. So people clearly know that they're going to get freedom and flexibility, all the things they've been craving without the fear that they currently feel. That resonates a lot more with women than saying, okay, we're going to do one-on-one coaching. You're going to have 12 sessions. It's going to last for 50 minutes each. You'll have access to me on Voxer. I'll do an email check-in with you on the off weeks. Like, as you heard me describe those two things, what had you more hooked? I'm going to go ahead and bet the first one, right? If you're a woman, and most of you maybe today listening to this episode are business owners and you're not in corporate, but maybe you used to be, and you can think back to that time. Like, how does that resonate with you? You know, words like soul sucking and empowered and starting a business, and right, those things are going to attract my ideal client. And you can create your offer in a way that speaks that way too. Now, don't get me wrong, right? You will have some clients that need to know the specifics, but you'll never get to the specifics if you don't sell the dream first, okay? You've got to sell the solution, the outcome, the transformation, and then they'll be so bought in, you won't even feel like you're selling at all, right? I just sat down with a new business client who's starting with me in a couple of weeks. And honestly, I didn't even have to sell her. I just sat back and served her. She had questions about her business. I helped her think through a few things. I gave her some guidance and insight on what she could do today, right now, that she could implement in her business. And after that conversation, like during it, right, when we were sort of wrapping up, she was like, I need to do this. How do I coach with you? I didn't even have to pitch her. I just served her, gave her what she needed, and she knew she wanted more. And that is the power of selling the transformation, of giving someone a little taste of what you do and then inviting them all the way in. And this will happen for you too when you start talking about the outcomes that you get for your clients or could get for a client. If you're brand new and you don't have clients, this does not stop you from selling the outcome. All right, the last thing I want to share with you today is that, and this is probably one of the most important things you can do to ensure that you sell without sounding pitchy or spammy, is to make genuine connections. One of the objections I hear from my clients all the time when they have a webinar or an event or something that they're doing so that people can experience their services is, well, I don't want to reach out to somebody now and do, a personal DM or a personal email because I haven't talked to them. It feels like I only reach out to them when I have something to sell. Well, why are you doing that? Why are you not creating authentic connections that have ongoing touch points? And that's what makes this approach of having genuine connections so much more effective, because you're not only reaching out when you have something to sell them. Aha, novel idea, right? No, it's not. But this is why I teach the Power Hour. We get so wrapped up with all the other things in our business that we forget about nurturing and creating genuine connection. Every single day, you should be taking an hour, yes, an entire hour, on your calendar to make connections, nurture connections, and provide value to your connections. And that includes making offers and inviting people into your services. How else are you going to establish the trust and rapport that you need for someone to sign up for your offer? It's so critical that you take the time to do this. And there's really nothing else in your business other than client delivery that is more important than creating those connections. Nothing, right? When I sit down with my clients and we're looking at what they should be doing every single day, number one, of course, is always client delivery. You've got to deliver for the clients that you have because you want them singing your praises. You want those referrals. You want them renewing. Next is the revenue generating piece: selling, connections, creating content, putting stuff out there that invites people into your world and is getting you more visibility. Okay. And then all the other stuff, right? The jazzing up your website, the writing a new piece of content, right? All those other things. But if we don't have client delivery and we don't have the funnel working, the rest of it doesn't matter. Just hard, cold facts there. So be sure that you are creating time in your schedule to make these genuine connections and nurture them and offer your products and services to people. Bottom line is your ability to sell or to hire a team that can sell for you. And that might work for some of you. A lot of my clients, though, are solopreneurs. They're really not at that place yet where they can invest in a team. But your ability to sell is going to make or break your business. There's no other way about it. Like, that is just the facts. And my coach always tells me, you can't have more clients than you have conversations. So that's why I'm constantly looking for ways to have more conversations. And the sooner you get comfortable with selling, AKA serving, the faster you're going to grow your business and the more financial security you're going to have. So remember, let's go back to the 4 tips that we just talked about. Change your mindset from selling to serving. Make sure you are authentic to your style. Focus on those outcomes. What's the benefit they get from your product or service? And lastly, make genuine connections. And if you do this, I 100% know that you are going to start to see more success inside your business. If you're sick of throwing spaghetti at the wall to grow your business or frustrated with your lack of income, I've got the proven strategies and systems to help you improve your productivity, boost your profits, and have a balanced life with the freedom and flexibility that drew you to entrepreneurship in the first place. If that sounds like what you need, let's talk. I'd love to hop on a complimentary call and see how I can help you edit your business. I find that most women are right on the cusp of that breakthrough. There's just a few tweaks that need to be made in your mindset, your systems, or schedule to make it happen. And after making those adjustments, you'll fall in love with your business all over again. No more resentment, no more threatening to burn it down or go back to corporate. So I'll put my link for my Calendly in the show notes so that you can book a time convenient for you. I can't wait to see you on a call. And for those of you that are a student of this, you might notice what I just did. I extended an offer. I invited you, after serving you, into my world. I did it authentic to my style. It didn't feel icky at all. It felt great, actually. It felt exciting. And I focused on the outcomes, being able to love your business again and have flexibility and freedom. And because we are already connected through this podcast, we have a genuine connection. It really isn't that complicated, but I know how it feels. So of course, this took practice. I've been doing this for a long time. And I'll just remind you one more time, go ahead and book a call and let's see if coaching is the right fit for you. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're inspired to take action by committing to one of the tips or strategies we talked about in today's episode. Until next time, stay fabulous.